Hey guys, Lawrence Owen here. We're getting ready to talk about the post game. I'm still wishing I got so much I want to talk about, guys. Uh Still got no one in here quite yet, but that's okay. We got people in here. I do have a couple people on Sportscaster. Charm City, what's up, man? Brandon, appreciate you being here. Man, Colts-Jags, that sucked, didn't it? But I've been telling everybody that the Jags passing attack was just, it's good, right? Gardner, unless you get some serious pressure on him, he's got receivers. And that running back, that undrafted free agent running back, Robinson, man, he showed some serious stuff. People think that the Jags are that they're tanking, and that's not the team I saw yesterday. Not in the least little bit. They were fighting the whole time. And they got plenty of skill on offense. Yes, they lost a lot of defensive skill, but CJ Henderson, that rookie, whoo, my goodness. It's like they didn't even lose Jalen Ramsey. Henderson was everywhere. First thing I want to talk about, though, is Marlon Mack. Man, the loss of Mack sucked. He did, but you also got to remember, I mean, he threw 80% completion, right? One of the interceptions, Frank Reich said it was on him, that he called that play and he told him to throw it to T.Y. on that one play. And I don't think Rivers seen the underneath guy. And the other pick, that was just a bad decision. It was just a bad decision. So you could put one of those interceptions on him, the other one on Frank Reich. But, I mean, he had 360 yards, 80% completions, had decent yak yardage. Mack, though, good Lord. He was doing so well, and then he goes out with the Achilles tear, and it completely flipped, like, the feeling of the football game, didn't it? I mean, it completely flipped the feeling of that game. It was awful. Man, I hated seeing that. I hope to God that Mack makes it back. I mean, that's usually about an 11-month freaking rehab on an Achilles tear. 11 months. And I don't know. It might be possible the Colts signed Mack to a smaller deal. Mack might be willing now to take a 1 or 2 year deal on a smaller deal in the hopes of staying with the team, because it might be difficult for him to find another team after an Achilles injury, and the Colts might take that chance for next year. Jonathan Taylor, yes, it's time to use but Jonathan Taylor had 9 carries yesterday for under 3 yards a carry. He has a problem. And I made this pretty evident in my breakdown of Taylor when he was drafted. Taylor has a problem of being really tunnel vision when it comes to going after the hole, the direction he's supposed to go, no matter if there's a hole there or not, right? He'll hit it. He won't sit and wait and for the blocks to appear and then hit a hole or break it outside or something like that. And that was shown very evidently. Now, I expected, that's a good question, Brandon, about what happened to the defense. No live tackling. And there was no preseason. There was no live tackling in the offseason. There was almost every NFL game you saw. There was, it's going to take them a few games, at least 2 games, to really get it down. There was some bad tackling. There was a situation, that long touchdown to Keelan Cole in the end zone, that was Xavier coming up, biting on the play action and losing Cole on a crossing route. And as soon as he bit, because Cole wasn't running straight at him, he crossed over the middle. He was burnt. There was no way he was catching him. Right? So that's what happened. I mean, when it comes, most teams, you're going to have ugly defenses early on. And I don't see the Colts being any different. I mean, it's going to take them time to get back into their rhythm, especially when it comes to tackling. I expect by week 3, you'll see the Colts that you're expecting to see. It's going to be interesting because the Vikings are coming up next week. That's going to be a tough game. Vikings have got Yannick Ngakoue. I'm pretty sure that's that, or is that the Rams? I can't remember. Let me look real quick. Yeah, Vikings. That's right. I get the Rams and the Vikings mixed up sometimes. You're right. It did seem that way, that he was having all the success running out, and then here's the thing about Mack's outside runs. A lot of the times when he breaks it out he breaks it outside on purpose. It's usually meant to go in between the tackles, but he'll see if there's not the hole that he likes, he'll break it outside. And Taylor don't do that. Hines will do that occasionally. Hines did better than Taylor did running the football, which is, speaking of which, another bad decision by Frank Reich. Why do you have Nyheim Hines running the football on 4th and 1? When you got Jonathan Taylor, at the time you had Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, and Jordan Wilkins, all 3 of which can run between the tackles. Why do you have a $150 scat back running it? I don't get it. He did do a pretty good job. So I don't understand why you would have Hines running the football in that situation. I don't. Now I get having Hines run the football occasionally, because otherwise, when you put him out there, teams are just going to know for a flat fact that, Hines is going to go out for a swing pass. And you don't want them. That you want the defense to always guess. But on 4th and 1, it's not a time to be, a little tricky, right? It's time to put your guys down there. You got a good offensive line. They got power. Use your power back. Run the damn ball up the middle with a power back and pick up that yard. Another questionable thing that I had was when they were in the red zone. And it was like 1st and goal at like the 15 or something like that, because they just suffered some sort of penalty. I think it was illegal formation on Smith. I think they should have took 3 shots at the end zone right there. They had 15 to 25 yards or 15 to 20 yards to throw the football in the end zone. And that is your prime target area for Rivers. That's where he likes to throw the football. I would have done it. I would have had Pittman. I would have had Pascal. I would have had Campbell out there. All 3 of them. Because I think those are your 3 best end zone targets. And I just took 3 shots at the end zone instead of trying to run it a couple times and then doing a little swing pass, which got freaking blew up. Harrison asks, do I think Taylor's ready to be RB1, or do we need to bring in a veteran like Devontae Freeman? I don't think Taylor's ready to be RB1, but I don't think we need to go out and get another veteran running back, because I honestly think that Jordan Wilkins is good enough to hold down the fort as an RB1. He averages 5.8 yards a carry for his career in the NFL. Why he didn't get any carries after Mack went down is completely beyond me. Completely beyond me. Why they went away from the running game after Mack went down. They had 22 carries and 45 passes. That's less than half. Frank Reich says, I want to be a 60-40. I got news flash. You were more 66-33. or more like 70-30, right? You was more 70-30 in that aspect. I would have ran the ball more. I would have ran the ball on more sweeps. One play I did like a lot, personally, was the fact that when they had Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines in the backfield at the same time, because that's a scary situation, right? Hines went out one way, Taylor went out the other. Whichever way the running back or the linebackers move to, you throw to the other running back. That time it was to Jonathan Taylor, and Taylor took off with that football, right? I mean, he went. Hines would have done the same thing had the linebackers shifted towards Taylor. So, come on. I want to see more of those type of plays. These swing passes to running backs and running back screens and stuff. Rivers is like luck. He throws a good catchable pass to running backs out of the backfield close by, unlike Jacoby Brissett. So come on. You've seen it. It was very evident. The running backs got a ton of catches this game. Zachary agrees with me. Wilkins needs more carries. Absolutely. Hey, guys, if you're watching, I only got 5 on YouTube right now watching. Man, share this to your social media if you're watching this, please. Go down there to the share button and copy and paste it to your social media. Help me get some people in here. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Over on Sportscaster, we got Kit Kat and Hills. Coach Steven, what's up? Steven USN. And just making waves watching live on Sportscaster. If you look at Coach Stevens on Sportscaster, he's got USN after his name. That means he's part of Unwrapped Sports Network, which I'm a part of as well. So if you're on Sportscaster, please go up to the search bar, type in USN in the search bar, follow everyone that has USN after their name. They cover all sorts of sports, teams, and players. Also, if you're on YouTube and watching this on YouTube, feel free, go over to Sportscaster and follow me on Sportscaster. Just type in Lawrence Owen, right? I am the Sportscaster news analyst for the NFL. I do like 2 streams every stinking day over on Sportscaster covering something or someone for the NFL. So I appreciate you guys doing that. All right, so am I distraught? After the game, I was incredibly distraught. But I didn't want to do this report until today because I wanted to be a little bit more level-headed, be able to go over the film a little bit, look at the play, see what happened. Okay? And personally, Jacksonville had some really good plays, and they've got some really dangerous players on that team. Offensively, Robinson is an absolute beast at running back for an undrafted free agent. Okay? He's got a little bit of Eckler in him, but, I mean, he's got power to him too. Obviously, with their receivers, Sharp, Keelan Cole, Chenault, right? Allen. They've got receivers. O'Shaughnessy. They've got tight ends. I think Eifert as well. They've got a good offense. Yes, the Colts are supposed to have a good defense, but sometimes early on, man, like I said, when you don't have preseason, it makes it tough to tackle because you haven't been live tackling in 6 months, 7 months. What do you expect? It's going to take time for this team to get everything down. Frank Reich needs to use what he has. Don't get too cute. Bring out a cute play once in a while when you're able to. If it's like 1st and 10, you want to use a little trickery play, fine. That's perfectly okay by me. I wouldn't have went for it on 4th and 1 in the right up on the line. 4th 4th-and-1 inside the 10-yard line, I would have kicked a field goal, went up 10-0. No questions asked. I would have done that. That would have changed the outlook of the game possibly going forward because it was still in the first half. Instead, you didn't, and then the Jacksonville Jaguars got the football, and you get no points. No points. If you are tied or have the lead and you have an opportunity to get points, take the points. I understand if it's 4th-and-1 inside the red zone, you're down 10 and only 5 minutes left or down 8 or something, and it's only like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter going for it. That's fine. I get that. But at that point in the game, take the points. Come on. It was raining in Jacksonville on and off the entire game. You know things are going to happen. That probably had a lot to do with the missed tackles that was happening throughout the game too. Slippery when wet, right? I mean, you know this. I know this. I think the game against the Vikings is going to be a fun one, but we can't focus too hard on the Jacksonville game. I hate the fact that Marlon Mack got hurt, though. Paris Campbell looked solid, though, and I was right. Before the game, in training camp, I was like, Paris Campbell is going to have himself a season. Who led the NFL in receiving, or led the team in receiving yardage yesterday? Paris freaking Campbell. And a lot of that was yards after catch. Paris Campbell had himself a game. And he's going to continue to have himself games. One thing I would like to see more of is wide receivers. When the ball is thrown, immediately go into blocking mode. As soon as you know that that pass is not to you. Go into blocking mode. Toxic Tommy talking about the bad news about Marlon. Yeah. There was a play later in the game where Rivers threw it to a drag route that Paris Campbell was running over the middle. And there was a chance he could have made that first down had Zach Pascal turned around and blocked his guy out. But because he didn't block his guy out, his guy that was covering him ran right past him and tackled. No, it wasn't Pascal. It was Nyheim Hines. Nyheim Hines, the running back, because he was on a swing route. If he'd have just got in front of that cornerback that was covering him, Paris Campbell would have had a first down. But he didn't do it. I don't care how small you are. If you just run in front of somebody to make them adjust their angle and start off a little slower, that's going to create extra yards for the guy that's running. Sometimes a good block doesn't mean a pancake or even having your hands on the guy. Just stepping in front of them and making them go around you is help. So I want to see more of that from our receivers. Pittman will put his hands on guys. You'll see T.Y. put his hands on guys. Hines, come on, my guy. You got to be able to do that once in a while. Pascal generally always puts his hand on guys, for blocking. I love that. Annabelle, thanks for joining over here on Sportscaster. I appreciate that. So what are your guys' thoughts on the game? All right. If you're watching right now, was there any positives that came out of this for you or negatives that I haven't covered? One negative. Another negative that I didn't like. Hot Rod missed a chip shot. Right? He missed a chip shot. He hit a longer field goal earlier in the game and then missed like a 20-yard chip shot. It was about as far as what the extra point used to be a few years ago. And he hooked that bad boy bad. Man, that sucked. Well, but it's okay. I mean, we can get over that. I like the fact that Rivers completed 80% of his passes. Oh, I didn't. Someone said that it was tipped. I didn't see it. I've got the tape. I didn't go over and look over it again. I'll have to look it over, and if it was tipped, I'll post a video about that on Twitter. All right. I didn't see that it was tipped. If it was, okay. Still, at that short a distance, you would think that you'd be able to put the ball a little bit higher and not have to drive so that it wouldn't be tipped. That's just my thoughts. I mean, if you're inside the 20 kicking a field goal, wouldn't you want to get under the ball a little bit more so it goes higher faster so that the people on the offensive line would not, get a chance at getting up and tipping it? I mean, I'm not a professional NFL kicker by any means, but that's just my thoughts. I could be wrong, but I think that's something that you would do. I don't know what else to talk about, man. I don't have a lot of people in here right now. I got 5. Don't forget to hit the like button, please. I appreciate that. And share. Over on Sportscaster, I appreciate you guys as well. We're going to end up, I'm going to find someone who knows the Vikings so we can kind of get a little bit of, oh, look at that. Oh, my cat Shadow decided to say hi. I think that we're going to end up having a lot of fun. I think the Colts, it's no time to panic. No time to panic whatsoever. I think the Colts will be able to get everything squared away. I just hate the fact that we lost Mack for the season because he did everything so well. I am a huge fan of Marlon Mack. And now with an Achilles injury, I don't know if he's going to be the same running back anymore. I don't. I hope so, and I wish him the best of luck, but I just don't know if he will be. But anyhow, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to jump off here. I think that we did a good job of breaking down the game. Harrison Hype, hey, what do we need to do about our free-for-all defense? Minshew only had one. To be fair, zone defense does that a lot. You give up a lot of high completion percentage. It's about catching the ball in front of them and then coming up and making the tackle. Now, the Colts did play some man coverage. That touchdown to Keelan Cole was man coverage, and it was just a broken play by Xavier Rhodes because he bit on a play-action pass and wasn't able to get back into position against Cole on the crossing route. And no one else on this defense was able to do anything. Hooker was trying to get over there, but he was being blocked out due to a perfect route by Shark, blocking him out from getting over there to cover where Cole was at near over there on the corner of the end zone. So I would like to see the Colts play a little bit more man, though, because quite frankly, I think Rock Ya-Sin and Kenny Moore and Xavier Rhodes all play very good man coverage. I'd also like to see the Colts send a little bit more blitzes than what they did. I mean, they got some pressure from time to time on Gardner Minshew, just rushing for him for the majority of the game. But I think we should send more than just 4, a lot more often than 2 or 3 times a game, especially early on. Yes, the Colts, I think they had 4 sacks that game. I'm pretty sure there was 4 sacks. Will Rivers get sacked once, I think? It was pretty generic. Mack might re-sign for cheap if he doesn't catch the eyes of any team. Yeah, as I was talking about earlier, Mack might be able to re-sign because most teams ain't going to want to sign somebody off an Achilles injury, right? So the Colts might take a chance on him. Depending upon what preseason or like what the offseason's like. If we're still under this COVID-19 thing where players can't come in and work out during the offseason next year like they did this past year, all the teams are going to have issues. But our team knows exactly what Marlon Mack looks like, and if he looks any worse, I mean, it's up to an 11-month rehab for an Achilles tear. So it's going to be a while before he's ready. All right, guys. I appreciate everyone being here, but I got to get ready for my stream. Do you feel the offense was really as strong as they could have been? No. I think they were strong. I think they're Nick Knopfsinger. I think that she's watching me over on Sportscaster. I just noticed I clicked over. Yeah, honestly, I think the Colts could have ran the ball a little bit differently. They should have ran it a lot more. They could have tired the defense out more for the second half so that they could have done a lot more explosive plays in the second half. That's just my thoughts on that. They kind of gave up on the run after Marlon Mack went down with his injury. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here. Don't forget to hit the like button, share the stream, hit the notification bell, give me a follow. Reese says the first drive was perfect. After that, they should have ran. And they did. They didn't run much. That's my biggest problem. They didn't run the ball nearly as much. They did not run it nearly enough. Well, you also got to remember, Toxic Tommy says something that the Colts didn't seem to want to throw the long ball. You got to remember, it was raining for the majority of that game. So Rivers probably didn't want to throw the long ball in the rain too much. Are we underestimating Harrison Hype? Are we underestimating the Jaguars this season? I think they are. I think I said it before the game ever started. I think that the offense is definitely underrated. And with C.J. Henderson playing the way he's playing, that gives them a lockdown corner to lock down a team's number one wide receiver. So the Jaguars are a better team than what a lot of people believe they are. But I got to get ready for my my NFL Sportscaster news stream covering Monday Night Football games tonight. So I'm going to have to be jumping off here. But I appreciate everyone that was here with all the talk. Interactions are great. I'll probably get on here another time earlier this week before Friday's pregame show. I'll definitely have some uploads. I'll try to go live also as well. But thanks everybody again, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Colts_Law. Don't forget to follow me on Sportscaster, Lawrence Owen, right here on YouTube, Lawrence Owen. Colts_Law on Instagram. I have Colts Law Facebook page. I want to thank everybody here. Have a good one, man. Have a good one. Until next time.